Welcome back to Putrajaya Field 1 action coming your way. It's the Women's Open Division back up and going for this afternoon. It's Malaysia, the home country, that will be taking on Wales in this match. And we've got a special guest in commentary, the England Women's 35s head coach, Ed Birch. Good to see you, Ed.
Thanks very much. Nice to be here.
So looking forward to this match as Malaysia get us underway. And the conditions, we made mention quite a few times, and having seen the tan on Ed next to me here, it's nice and hot out there, but it's really tough conditions out here for Malaysia and Wales in this match. Nice short ball there, a touch made, and it's the fifth one. Let's see if they can create something. The support players just move away, but yeah, the heat rule has been enforced for the matches. It's still continuing, so we are playing in quarters now for this match, 4 10-minute quarters, and a drinks break coming for the players as well. As Wales, they transition nicely here out of their end of the field. That's touch 2, and they've made it into the Malaysians' end of the field. We've got interchanges coming into the field now as well. Look on this open side, they just hold the ball up, they're still going, nice footwork. They come back into the middle, but good defence from the Malaysians. Still driving, Dinking gets on the outside, misses the touch. That's going to be the opening touchdown there for Joanne Jones from the Welsh side. Just a little bit of individual brilliance there to get that one, Ed.
Absolutely. Fantastic step on the outside there.
So first touchdown to Wales. And they came out of their end of the field, as mentioned, really nicely. Good ruck speed from the Welsh. Malaysia here working through the middle of the field. Just a couple of quick you and me plays between the two middle defenders. They look to sweep from the right side to the left now, which they do. They drive in there right on the 5-metre zone and looking for the wraparound play. They couldn't connect up on that occasion. So last touch now. And they have a little diving effort themselves, but Wales are looking good in defence as well.
Absolutely. Malaysia looking agile at the scoreline. It looks like they can create some opportunities if they're able to get some players stepping close to the line. Could be an interesting challenge for Wales back on their own 5.
And they're happy to throw the ball around as well, yeah. Flirting with the sideline, almost touching the paint there as well. Did a good job to hold on to the football. They send it back infield. It's a flat ball back on the inside. Now there's space ahead, and the Malaysians, are they claiming the touch? They're not. It's being caught, and a dive to finish. Gets the second touchdown there for the Welsh side. That was finished off from Megan Davies, getting a touchdown on the ball, but just nice work there from the dummy half run.
So, really encouraging start from Wales to see them driving well and rocking well up the field. From watching them a lot in Europe over the last couple of years, they're going to be a very strong side at the scoreline. They'll play a lot of static play, but it's good to see them going coast to coast and getting a score there.
Yeah, so give us a bit of a background on the Welsh side. You may mention that you have seen them play through Europe. How have they been going in the European Championships over the last few years?
Well, I may have oversold it there slightly. I can give you a little bit of background, but it's okay. Wales were runners-up in the European Championships last year in the Women's Open category. They lost a very close final to England. I think it was 3-2 in the final reckoning. So they're certainly a strong team within European touch, along with their men's open and their mixed open sides, who all took silver at Euros last year. And I think, especially in the women's open, the Welsh have been a strong force in the Northern Hemisphere for a little while now. So hopefully they can translate that out here in Malaysia.
So the Malaysian side, they get a penalty here. Just a little bit of heavy contact on the previous play. Gives them 6 more touches. They're attacking the line here. They come from the outside in the Welsh defence. There's a little bit of space for them on the right-hand side, but they still have touches in the bank. They look for the wraparound play now. They give it, and good hands to hold on. No, drop the ball over the line there. But they're at least moving the ball around the Malaysian side.
Yeah, absolutely. Attacking quite close to the ruck, and hopefully able to move it a little bit wider. If Wales start to compress in a little bit too much, then hopefully we'll see Malaysia start to move the ball a little bit wider and see if they can score that way.
There's nice defensive pressure here from Malaysia as well. They really got up to put some pressure on the Welsh side as they were making substitutions onto the field. A little bit clunky in the roll ball there. A play on is the call. Yeah, nice little run. Down the sideline, 5th touch now for Wales. They've got to try to create something. They switch back on the inside. Malaysia need to scramble in defence, and they do. But there's going to be a penalty here. The Malaysian player's being called offside from the referee. Now, the Welsh player, she's just going to be sent back to the mark. Went for the quick tap there, Joanne Jones. But the referee says back to the mark, and they'll go again.
This is where you might see Wales come into their own. A little bit of static play. See the middle's nice and tight together. A little bit of space out to the link. They'll look to work something through the middle.
Oh, perfect call there from Ed Birch. No, what's the referee? She's going to take this one away from them. They've called forward pass, so I think the on-field referee on that occasion was happy with it. She's looked to her sideline officials and got the forward pass call and a penalty to Malaysia, and they're coming out of their end of the field now. So we're running down towards their substitution box. And changes coming onto the field, but they're just finding it a little bit tough. That's 6th touch, and they've turned it over. So if Wales can get some momentum coming out of their end of the field here, they should get into a good attacking position at the end of the set. It's the 2nd touch now. Oh, really flirting with the sideline again. Might have even put a foot out on that occasion. Not picked up from the sideline referees. So Wales just taking their time now. They send it back infield. It's Morgan with the ball. Dishes now, moves back into half. Does Morgan, goes for the run, comes back to the right-hand side. But nice defence there from Malaysia.
Yeah, it's good spacing from Malaysia. They're nice and tight in the middle, and they're getting a little bit of support from their links there. So nowhere for the Wales attackers to go.
So they'll head towards their substitution area. No, well, they've turned the ball over. They need to be careful here, Malaysia. They're in big trouble. They were making interchanges at the same time. They shift the ball here. Wales come back off the right foot, floated over the top, and they've done a great job to be able to scramble. Yeah, they probably should have still come to the right-hand side. Joanne Lee Williams is screaming for the ball. It doesn't matter in the end, though. They have rolled over on that left-hand side. Sarah Platt gets the 3rd touchdown for Wales, but it came down to that mistake from Malaysia coming out of their end of the field.
Absolutely fantastic reverse ball around the back there from, I didn't quite catch the number there, but whoever that is for the Wales side just made that final pass. I think she'll be very pleased to have that one on camera and on YouTube for the rest of time. So fantastic ball there.
Malaysia still plenty of sting in their attack at the moment. They're keeping the pace up in the game, and just as they say that, they just pull back and withdraw a little bit. Set up for a sweeper to come around the back. They look to go a bit more direct through the middle now. Hold on to the ball. They might have numbers here if they can connect, but the left to right pass, dipped down. It was well held in the end. Now managed to get into the in-goal area here. Great footwork. Now the referee, I think, is going to say there was a touch made. That was enterprising play on the dead play there from Malaysia. Just good footwork, individual, but just couldn't connect with the final pass.
Yeah, good scramble defence, mirroring up from Wales, going with the runners and just being able to find that player before she was able to get the ball down.
Look at the Welsh side coming out of the danger end of the field again. Look at this running. Emily Ruck, she turns back on the inside. She might go from half here. Ruck, she does. Comes off the right, comes off the left. They're deep into the in-goal. Yeah, even the Malaysians might have got a little bit lost in terms of their positioning on the field. They were defending really deep into the in-goal area, but the final pass doesn't stick for Wales.
Yeah. And Amberley Ruck's a strong player there. She's very, very good for the Welsh side in the European Championships last year. So look to see her more as the game goes on.
So they'll head back to their sub-box side of the field. Oh, that's 2 times now where they've been trying to make interchanges. They've got to be careful again. And Wales side really looked to make them pay when they made the mistake previously when they were trying to get to their substitution box. Nice footwork there from Joanne Jones. She's going to get the ball back now. And communicating with her outside players. There might be a sweet play coming here. Here's VC. She just puts the foot down. Gets touched on the boot. So the home crowd, they're trying to get behind their side here. This is the women's open division between Wales and Malaysia. Back back into the middle of the field now. Again, wrapping plays, throw the dummy. It's opened up again, so nice work there. Joanne Jones, she's been pretty impressive so far in this match from Wales. Throws the dummy to the right-hand side, comes back to the left and just goes herself.
Yeah, another good score from Wales. Good piece of individual footwork. I thought Malaysia were doing nicely up to that point.
So the quarter time hooter goes in the background. The players will make their way over to grab a quick drink. We'll take a quick break ourselves and we'll be back with the second quarter very shortly. We're back out here on a field one. I'm with Ed Budge in the commentary box, and it's the Welsh side who are in control of this one. They've looked really good in the first quarter there, Ed.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Malaysia have come out and shown up well, but I think Wales have been very clinical at the line. They've got some opportunities to use their athleticism and pick up a couple of scores.
So let's see how they go here. They outside of the 5 metre zone now. Is taking their time to try to get the Welsh players to come outside and bite at them. They go to the right hand side. They're going to get a repeat set here. So Sarah Platt just getting hands into the ball.
Yeah. So the Welsh link very aggressive coming off the line there. So it's possible that Malaysia will be able to find some gaps around her if they look to go to a similar setup on the next play. See if she comes up again.
So it's Zulkifli, the number 2. She's moving into acting half now. They look to go the short side and get down low. Another nice touch made. Sarah Platt again. She's made a couple of big touches in defence. So Lily Williams with the ball. Again, just trying to draw the Welsh side out from their try line. Goes back on the inside to Williams. Roll ball from Zulkifli. Sorry, Ed.
Well covered from Wales again there. I'd love to see Malaysia just maybe look for one extra pass after they set up these strike moves. Try and find that space a little wider.
Here we go. This might be on here. It's gone left to right. Hasn't been held. The home crowd reckons it's a touchdown. The referees agree as well, and they get their first one on the board. Beautiful setup play there from Malaysia. And the score now 4-1, but that was a really nice touchdown, Ed.
Absolutely, yeah, fantastic to see them move the ball that little bit wider and find that extra space on the outside. It's really, really good, and it's great to hear the home crowd getting into it as well.
There's a fantastic crowd in the grandstand watching their home country out here on field one. This is the game of the round here in the women's open division. And the Welsh side, though, they're still looking extremely strong in this match. They get the wraparound play again, get the ball back in. Touch made there, really good touch. Danielle Potts going in from that right link position. Made the touch on the dangerous Joanne Jones. It is Jones with the ball back again, sends it back inside to Morgan. They've got the sweepers coming around the back here. They look to go long to the wing. Did she stay in field? I think the sideline referee is happy with that. That's a nice finish there from Shani Evans, and they hit straight back to Welsh.
Yeah, very nice, very fine margins there. Maybe the slightest hint of a forward pass if we're being critical, and very close to the sideline with the ball going down. But with the referees not calling either, it's good skills execution by Wales. So another good score.
5-1 the score now, and that would have been the hit back that the coaching staff from the Welsh team would have been looking for. They got points put on them in the previous set. They come back and return serve themselves. So they keep the 4-touchdown lead at the moment. But Malaysia looking nice here, running into the 5-metre line. They're close to the try line. Yeah, it just comes off the shoulder. Now they're going to get a penalty here. Yeah, the Welsh, they were enthusiastic. They grabbed the ball and they were off for the races, but the referee was standing on the try line and giving the offside penalty.
So another opportunity for Malaysia to get a second. Wales very active on their scoreline and coming up and trying to be aggressive to shut down some of the space. We've seen Malaysia go wide and have success with that once, so maybe we'll see something similar.
So Ning moves into half, dish early. They look to go that short side. A little show and go play there. I think that might have been Jenab Zulkifli, wearing number 2 for Malaysia, and they're back into the middle of the field again here with Ning. Jasmine Ning again goes back on the inside. Nice middle defence. Sarah Platt again, solid in defence. Malaysia again, Zulkifli sends it out to the right hand side, back to Zulkifli. This is the runaround play again. They look to go short, and another touch made. But they're definitely asking questions, Ed, and they're throwing the ball around. They're coming into the back end of their sets. They've got players in motion and looking for the short options at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Wales are going to have to stay disciplined in their line defence. If they give away too many penalties and give Malaysia these repeat sets, then they could be vulnerable to another couple of scores.
So rucking down the sideline again. We've seen them flirt with that right-hand sideline on a few occasions. So Laurie Morgan is back onto the field now. She's stretching out across the field, throws it back onto the inside. They're going back Morgan's way. No, they turn it back onto the inside. They're right on the 5. Good defence from Malaysia. Forces the Welsh side to just retrieve, come back out. They've still got touches up their sleeve. Ruck with the ball now, comes off the right foot, gets the early ball. Big collision out there. Yeah, both players have gone down. Back onto the feet with Syed Alslan from Malaysia, but the Welsh player is still down on the ground there. Can't see who it is at the moment, but that was a heavy contact.
Absolutely, hopefully the Welsh player is able to get up and carry on. So quite a heavy contact over there, but strong intervention from the defensive winger. Made a good decision. Let's just hope that the Welsh player is able to continue.
Yeah, nothing intentional in the play. It happens a little bit in touch football, particularly when you're defending on those outside edges. You've got to make a decision to come in, and when the attacking player is looking to get the ball away in one quick motion as well, it's just the defence of the pressure of the defence, and bodies collide quite regularly, don't they?
Yeah, it's those little snipes and shots, especially out there on the wing, where usually you're looking in one direction in anticipation of the ball coming, and the defender's coming at you from the other one. And if the defender gets the timing right, you can get caught pretty quickly, and sometimes it leads to collisions like the one we've just seen.
She's back on her feet. She's just making her way out behind the in-goal area. And the Malaysian side, they regain possession, and they'll be looking to make some changes. At the same time, well, that was a flat ball at best there from Malaysia. The referees call play on. They progress over the halfway line now, redirect back through the centre of the field. Nice drive coming into the line, and a penalty as well. That's going to help for the Malaysians. So they've given away offside penalties in the back end of their sets a couple of times, the Welsh side.
I think Malaysia will be happy with the way the second quarter is going so far. They've certainly improved on their performance from the start of the game, and they're getting these repeat opportunities. So let's see if they can take another one.
So it's Kylie Compton who throws it back on the inside. McCanavan, she's back into half now to Compton. Compton has a little dive at the line. Well touch there from Laurie Morgan. They'll bring it back out to the 5 metre line. Compton again sending it back infield. She gets the ball back now. Does Compton, drives in. Do they look for the wraparound play? They've held on to it. It was a sloppy roll ball. Play on's the call. Oh, yeah, almost an intercept opportunity there from Ellen Huxtable. Fifth play. Probably could have let that one go, Ed. It would have hit the ground.
Yeah.
They would have got the ball back there.
I think that one, yeah, it's probably going to the floor. But I think we've all been there. I think you see the opportunity to get an interception. And even though I'm not sure I'd fancy running 65 metres at full speed in this heat, I think you'd be too tempted to try and pluck that one out of the air. So can't blame the Welsh defender too much on that one.
No, it's just a natural reaction, isn't it? You see the ball in front of you, you're always going to have a go for it.
Yep.
And just got to make up for it here. They've got them scrambled. Almost had another go. They're sniffing around for intercepts. Amberley Ruck that time. A little bit of a harder one to try and take. Now that's just a little bit of sloppy work, unfortunately, from the Malaysians. The referee not happy with Georgina Canavan just not getting herself over the football correctly. So it's an incorrect roll ball. And look at Wales now coming out of their end of the field.
Yeah. Now Wales have looked to come towards their box quite a lot, which is understandable in this heat, trying to get a lot of fresh players on and making sure that everyone gets a good rest and is able to recharge. But they've been able to make good yards doing it. I think Malaysia will probably know that that's what they're looking for, but Wales have been executing well and still been able to make it up over halfway pretty successfully.
So Stevens drives in. You have Joanne Jones back on the field. She's pointing where she wants her players to go. She's going to get the ball back here. You feel grabs it now. Does she go short? Does she get on the outside? Touch is called. It's good defence.
Good touch there. But another crack for Wales. They'll probably again look to go to their static game. Just slow it down nicely. Try and get the Malaysian defenders where they want.
So Jones driving it again. They're coming back her side. They go the big ball over the top. Can they finish it off? It's all good. The referees are happy with that. So nice little short side play right before the halftime break. Gives the Welsh another touchdown on the scoreboard. They're going to go into halftime with a 6-1 lead over Malaysia. But it's been pretty clinical from the Welsh side so far in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Malaysia have come back into it, certainly, and made more of a game of it in midfield. And with Wales giving away a few penalties on the line, they haven't maybe had as many strike opportunities as they'd like themselves. But when they've got down there, they've been very dangerous. Very high execution rate for Wales at the scoreline.
So halftime here between Wales and Malaysia, the host country here on the 2019 Touch World Cup. The current score is 6-1, and we'll be back with the second half in about 5 minutes' time. We're back out here on field one. The second half is not too far from and getting underway. The Welsh side are taking on Malaysia. It is 6-1 on the scoreboard at the moment, and it's just probably going to be more of the same would be the message from the coaching staff coming out of the Welsh substitution box, Ed.
I would think so. For the most part, they've got to be pretty happy with the scoreline. There'll probably be a few things that they want to tighten up. Certainly the penalty count near their own line will be something they'll look to improve. But generally speaking, they should be pretty happy. And I think Malaysia should be fairly pleased with their efforts as well.
So Wales with Jones. Again, just taking time to set the play up. They're going to have the sweepers around the back. They give early. They've got numbers here as well. They go short. It was juggled, but held onto from Laurie Morgan. So that's the start that they would have wanted coming into the second half. They get an early touchdown.
Absolutely. You get the tap off in the second half. You probably talked for a couple of minutes in the sub box with your coaches and with your teammates about what you're going to do with that first set, and you can't ask for much more than that, putting a score on the board straight away.
So Malaysia get us back underway with the tap from the halfway line. That's Zol Kilfish. She was pretty good in the first half. Had a lot of handle on the ball. Sends it back infield. She's going to move into half now. We've got sweepers coming around the back. That's Rebecca J. And touch made there on J. Roll back on the 5. So Ning as well. She's got the ball. It was flat from the ruck. Dishes as well. Ooh, heavy contact made there. The referees, I think, are happy with it. Danielle Potts copying the shot on that occasion.
Yeah. Again, you see the way Malaysia are attacking at the scoreline. It's forcing Wales to compress and defend nice and tight. Again, I really love to see them try to put one ball around the back or over the top again, because there's definitely space out here in the link wing channel against this Wales defence.
So nice touch made there. Forces the Welsh player to have to go back to the mark. They're just crossing the halfway line now. They've just lost their way a little bit. That helps them to get forward. Nice little bit of footwork and individual work. Now they drive in. They've got them on the back foot here. Malaysia, they're doing it tough. They're going left and right. They go the big pass on the outside. Nicely taken there in the in-goal area. So the referee is actually going to call a forward pass, and they're going to get 6 touches, but probably lucky just the final pass there. Might not have been the right option, but Malaysia are really on the back foot as Wales started driving into the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Good spacing from Malaysia. Good elevation there from the wing to get up there. That's had a bit of a AFL mark style about that one. So really good to get that interception.
Good AFL reference from the Englishman.
Yeah, right. Well,
impressed.
That's about the extent of my knowledge of the game. So don't push me on that one.
You don't need to know much more than that. They kick the ball between the sticks and they catch it. That's about it.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Now
so
had to be offside there
from Wales.
Not too sure whether lost the count there. Amberley Ruck, whether she thought it was 6, but didn't really move, and then made another touch there. So Malaysia getting another set. They've had some decent time down this end of the field in the second half. He's trying to get the Welsh side to bite. They go short side. Any options here? Ooh, almost kicked on the outside. Might have been a chance there for Syed Alslan on the right-hand side wing, but they've got touches still in the bank here, Malaysia. Shift out to the left-hand side of the field again. They go to that customary wrap play and choose to hold it. And touch made, no problems there for Wales.
So they've run that little short line, that little rooster a couple of times, and really love to see them get the ball round the back nice and early. See if Wales can adjust.
Oh, it's been picked off here and no one's been able to make the touch. Can she go the full way? There's chasers doing their best to try and get her, but she's still stretching out. It's Ballot. There's a big chase coming on. Will there be a dive? No, can't get there in the end. Keris Ballot goes the full distance, picks it off on her try line, and against the rub, they go the full distance, and that's a nice touchdown. Again, like you said, Ed, picking an intercept off in this heat. You wouldn't blame her if she just took the touch, but she saw the try line down the other end, went the full distance.
Absolutely. If you're going to take it, if you're going to commit to trying to get that score, you hope you get it. You don't want to get caught on the 5 after having run all that way. Looked like the referee was putting in a good chase down there as well, so
That's a good point.
Good
The
to see them
poor old
working
referees
hard.
are going to go the full distance as well, and there's 3 of them. All of them need to head down that way just to make sure that the grounding is all good as well. So good work from the referees having to do the hard yards. Malaysia back in the 5. Nice roll ball. They turn it back on the inside. That's beautifully taken. Oh, I think the referee might be happy with this. Yeah, Malaysia's happy too. Good on them. That's a great try. You can hear the crowd in the background. Jeneb Zulkifli gets the try. Beautiful inside ball. Good support play. That's a great touchdown from Malaysia.
Fantastic score, and so good to hear the crowd in full voice now, really getting behind the home side. One of my highlights from this week so far is watching Fiji against Wales on day 1 on this pitch. And both sets of supporters launched into a bit of a sing-off around half-time.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Got some songs going, so it was...
Best part of the World Cup, no doubt, is just having different cultures come together, but they're here for the love of one sport. At the end of the day, the sportsmanship that's been on display from all the teams that have played in the World Cup this year has been a real highlight as well.
Absolutely.
And they've turned the ball over Wales, so the Malaysian steam train is coming. Let's see if they can get another touchdown. They've got 2 on the board at the moment, but the score is 9-2, while still quite comfortable in this match.
Yeah. I just said, having all these different countries coming together to play the sport is fantastic. This is my first experience of a World Cup, and it's been absolutely amazing. I can't say enough about how brilliant it is to see all of these nations and all of these teams come together, and the way it's been put on. I've been having a fantastic week so far, so really enjoying it.
Ooh, and they almost pick off another intercept there. I think they may have clicked on that the Malaysian side are looking for that inside pop pass quite regularly, so they're getting themselves into channel and trying to pick it off. They've already grabbed a couple of intercepts in this match, but they're still on the attack with more. And they look to get low here. Ooh, touch made. They've got a real spring in their step now, haven't they?
Absolutely. I mean, as much as Wales built up a nice lead in the first half, this game is far from over. Malaysia can still compete. So, second half's as long as the first, so you're never out of it.
Absolutely. So it's been a real positive for some of the teams that have competed when the scoreline has gotten away from them. They just don't take themselves out of the match. They still compete to the final whistle, and that's exactly what Malaysia are doing here.
Absolutely.
But Wales hold out, and they get the ball back. So let's watch Wales come out of their end of the field. They're still steamrolling, and their ruck speed's still really impressive. Look at this. They're over the halfway line now, nice and easy. There's changes coming onto the field, so Sarah Platt just drifts across field, gives the opportunity for those changes to work their way back onto the field, and they readjust now. Jones drives in. No real options there, and 6 touch, so Malaysia hold out in defence, but there's a lot of work ahead of them to try to get down the other end of the field in this set. So Malaysia, yeah, they're looking a little bit clunky now, trying to get forward. The Welsh side are putting on some defensive pressure as well. They're still going down that left-hand side of the field as they make changes. They're working towards the halfway line, and as they go over it now, they become a little bit more centralised. The Malaysians, nice right foot step there from Zulkifli. She's a previous try scorer. And 6 touch, so just lost count there. The crowd, they're excited as well. They thought it was a chance, but Wales still holding out nice and strong in defence.
Yep, Malaysia still able to get decent yards up the field. Make sure that Wales have got to go from inside their own half to create a platform on this set.
Yeah, they did a good job in the end, Malaysia. The first 2 touches weren't their best, so to end up where they did on the field, as now they're the ones putting some defensive pressure on Wales. But there might be a half run here. They're on the back foot a little bit. There might be a penalty coming. They had 6 to go, and they looked a little bit short out on this side. It was Walden Harris defending on the right side. She's just holding ribs as well. She might be injured. I think they're trying to signal to the referee. Yeah, they might be now. She's not looking too good out here on this right-hand side. There's a change also for Wales. She's making her way off to the field. Just got a little bit of blood coming off the knees, so a replacement player coming on now, and it is Jones back onto the field. Joanne Jones. She's wearing the number 10. They go short, but second touch. Yeah, Joanne Jones is communicating with her players. That wasn't the right play. Having a chat with Emily Ruck, and lost their way a little bit. Wales as the hooter goes for the third quarter. And it's been still pretty dominant from Wales, but Malaysia, they're still trying their best out there and got a nice touchdown in that third quarter, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's turning into a bit of a line attack, line defence battle. Lots of repeat sets at the line for both sides. And Malaysia adjusting quite well to the tight game that Wales are trying to play. Wales have had a little less success in the second half than they did in the first. So well done to Malaysia for making some adjustments and staying nice and tight in their line defence.
We'll be back with the fourth quarter. The current score is Wales 9, Malaysia 2. And we're back out here for the final quarter of the Women's Open match between Wales and Malaysia. 10 more minutes on the clock, and you can see how sunny the conditions are out there. It's extremely warm now. The teams have been doing a really good effort to still keep the pace of this game up. As Wales, they're still looking for more touchdowns. Jones and Ruck working together here. Interesting, you can see Jones actually in front of Ruck, but gets behind. Nice link ball, juggled. Larry Morgan holding onto the ball, so the Welsh, they maintain possession. Jones comes off the right foot, comes off the left foot. Yeah, was just looking for Ruck to get on her outside hip on that fifth touch. And there might have been a chance if she was able to do it, but sixth touch.
Yeah, another good defensive set from Malaysia. Definitely finding a way to make life difficult, make Wales earn their scores here in this last quarter.
Yeah, it was a good first three rucks there from Malaysia, and they're looking to continue now, still rucking into the line. They need to get the ball down on the deck now for a half. No, they look to progress. So, yeah, fifth touch now. This will just take the sting out of them a little bit. They were looking good in the early stages of that set. Now they've turned the ball over. Wales now, you're going to have to do the hard work. They're shifting the ball towards their sub side of the field. They're still running nicely here. They'll come back. Larry Morgan rolls the ball. Subs onto the field. Yeah, clunky. That was Sarah Platt coming onto the field. But not a nice delivery on that pass. Yeah. They turn the ball over. So there's more pressure coming Wales' way here in this set.
Absolutely. Really good early in the set from Wales. They made it up to halfway, I think, in just 2 touches, and then there's maybe not quite the composure coming on, and Malaysia are able to put some pressure on and force the turnover.
Yeah, they're actually going to get a penalty here as well, Malaysia. Just a little bit of heavy contact, I think, was the call from the referee. So they'll take their time because they're in a pretty good field position. And McKavanagh driving in. She's going to get the ball back again here. She's got the bright green boots on. Does McKavanagh. Turns it back on to the inside. Moves into half now. Has a go herself. And the touch has been made from Sarah Platt. So she makes up for the error of that drop ball. And they're going to get a penalty as well. So not returning the ball to the mark, and the referee's actually bringing the Welsh side up a little bit further. They get to advance 10 metres for the penalty, so they weren't returning the ball back to the mark there, Singapore. Malaysia, I should say. Getting a little bit sloppy out there now, a little bit of contact between the two players, not getting their hands out there, so the referee just taking control of the match and plays the penalty, and Wales again. Sorry, Ed.
To be expected that maybe the discipline and the skill level might drop off a little bit. It's just 35 minutes into a 40-minute game out in the heat.
Ooh, they turned it over. Unfortunately, the Malaysian side there, and Wales, they get straight back onto the football, but they've made a mistake. So you've made a really good point at a timely time there, and the Wales side, offside. But just as you were saying, Ed, that the heat and the time in the match might produce mistakes, and there's been 3 mistakes in the last 3 sets from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the players from Wales will be not particularly well accustomed to this heat. It's definitely not like this in Wales. I've never seen it anywhere like anything close to this. So it's going to be difficult for them and for a lot of the European and Northern Hemisphere teams to adjust in this heat. I know the England squads have done a lot of fitness work and a lot of acclimatisation work specifically to prepare for this. Especially my players in the women's 35s have been working really hard. I've seen some of them. I won't say complaining, but certainly making comment about how tough their training sessions have been and keeping on extra layers. People looking at them in the gym like they're crazy because they're wearing a hoodie while they're on the treadmill. But
so it's great insight into what some of our teams and countries competing at the World Cup have done in preparation for these extremely hot conditions here in Malaysia. That was a nice run from Sarah Basey as she just moved way in, but it was a great stretching, diving effort from the Malaysian team. So the scoreline's not affecting them. They are down by quite a few in this match, but they're still putting their bodies on the line and try to stop as many touchdowns as they can, and they're still holding on here, the Malaysian side, but they're starting to look a little bit tired now as they're trying to get out of their end of the field. And as a result, they've turned the ball over. They're in trouble here if Wales want to go. They just need to shift it out to this left-hand
some more
side.
Defenders on here. This will be a good chase out if she can make this.
Yeah, too much speed there from James. They just couldn't recover at all from the turnover. It might have been making some substitutions at the same time. All they had to do was shift the ball out to this left-hand side, and it was going to be a touchdown guaranteed, and that's exactly what it was for the Welsh side, and that's number 10 on the board. They lead 10-2 now over Malaysia. So get us back underway. Desperately love to get a third touchdown for their home fans here. They're still willing them on in this match. You can probably hear the clapping and the cheering from the front row here. They come back onto this right-hand side, and the ball just tips down, unfortunately, in front of the Malaysian winger on this right-hand side.
So it might be as loud as it's been down here in the stand during the week so far. So it's good to see the home fans, as I said, really getting behind their team. And I think Malaysia will have a good deal of neutral support in this game as well.
And we've got to bust away down here. Richards is streaming down the field. There's a big chase. Can't dive to stop it though. And Catherine Richards, again, just the speed on display from the Welsh players is just a little bit too much. And one of the Malaysian players has picked up a little bit of an injury, diving, trying to get Richards. The referees will just pull time off here. There's a little bit of concern from the player. Couldn't quite see who it was, unfortunately. So the medical staff are making their way over to see her at the moment. So we hope it's not too bad. We can see her moving around a little bit, and she is still in the field of play at the moment. So the referees will probably hold the play up here. She's back onto her feet now, though, so hopefully just winded. It's Adele who had the big run and the dive to try and stop that one. So we hope that there's no major injury. But again, just a commitment from Malaysia. Didn't want to give up on the play and did her best to try and stop that touchdown from Wales.
Absolutely. Even as the game starts to break up a little bit towards the end, get a little bit scrappier, players are still fighting and still putting themselves on the line to try and keep their team in it.
They go the inside play again. That's where they found value in the match. They have definitely got at least one of their touchdowns from that nice little inside play. They come back left side, look to turn it back on the inside, but fifth touch. And Wales, not too much left in this match. They're progressing the ball across the field. Nice touch made there from Walden Harris. Coming up, they're still trying to put some defensive pressure on the Malaysian side and try and stop this roll from Wales. But again, look at the speed coming onto the board from BC. She's been super impressive. She tries to get on the outside, doesn't do it. Nice chase and touch there from Williams. They come back into the middle of the field with Jones. She's pointing and directing again. Real Chief Marshal for this side. They go the sweep around play, looking to get down low. And I think the referee's going to be happy with that. Awards the touchdown to Ballot. And that's another one on the board. That's number 12 for Wales. And again, they're relentless. They're not stopping their running game in any fashion here, Ed, are they?
Absolutely no. It's coming around fast on that sweeper play and willing to put her body on the line and go low to get the score at the end. Just as we come towards the end of this game, I haven't seen her out on the field, but it wouldn't be a Wales Women's Open game. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Miriam Evans, who I think is their number 9, who I think is resting for this game. I haven't seen her out there. Who's a mainstay in Wales Women's Open touch and Wales touch in general. I think she's got 100 odd caps or so, and has been a real driving force behind the game in Wales over the last decade or so. So just give her a quick shout out in case Wales don't get on camera again. It's always she's done such fantastic work along with so many other people in Wales and England and Scotland and everything to really grow the game, and it's paying dividends at this World Cup. So.
As the hooter goes in the background, but we do have a penalty. The penalty was blown before the hooter, so they do have to play it. So there's one more chance for Malaysia. They have tapped it. I don't think they're going to try anything too fancy, and that will be full time here out on field 1 in the Women's Open game between Wales and Malaysia. Wales far too strong in this match, and they're looking good as they progress further through into the competition.
Absolutely, I think both sides can be happy with a lot of that performance. Malaysia put up a very good fight. Wales obviously coming away with a strong victory. Might look to tidy up some of their discipline and their defence in future matches, but certainly a strong performance from the Welsh and a good win.
Ed, thanks very much for joining me in commentary. It's been a pleasure to have you here. All the best for the England's Women's 35s for the rest of the tournament as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
So stay with us. We have another Women's Open game coming up. We're heading back over to field 6. It's going to be China taking on England, and we're not too far from getting that match